only a few years ago we wouldn't have been speaking about digital media when we're giving any form of discussion or tutorial or lecture on media relations. It was all about what we now call traditional media. So I think it is important to look at media in a general context. And what does that mean to the PR executive? Well, for many of us now who work across all media types, it's important to think critically, for example, in television, and the incredible opportunities in terms of public relations that television hosts, in terms of traditional TV channels, plus cable, various Sky, digital, at a local and at a national level and international level. Radio too, from an international, national, local, even in-store, very, very important opportunities. And then print, the vast array of media available, again, national, international, regional, local, Sunday and the power of the Sunday press, consumer magazines, specialised magazines, trade magazines, business-to-business magazines, incredible opportunities again for positive coverage, and challenges, of course, to many organisations in terms of issue and crisis management. And then web media, which can be controlled by the organisation in terms of new user-generated communication. And then, of course, there is the use of web media by the traditional press, again, television, radio, and newspaper and magazine. So the opportunities are becoming broader and definitely more opportunity. But why is good media relations important? Well, if you look at any of the core texts, if you look at Bland, any work by Thika and Rag and numerous others that write about media relations, certain topics, certain themes come out. First of all, media relations provides the opportunity to improve the company and the brand image. Obviously, it gives higher and better media profile. The opportunities are there for that. Changing attitudes amongst core publics and consumers, great opportunities. Improving relationships with the community in terms of community relations, very, very important. In business terms, the potential to increase market share and size in product and consumer relations. In public affairs, it's about influencing government. It's generally, in terms of financial PR, about improving communications with the investors. It can be about improving industrial relations. It can be about communicating clearly set campaign messages to specific audiences. And we come back to the basics again. It's about encouraging publics to act, even to understand. So media relations is vital. It's absolutely vital to any organisation. If you look at Roger Hayward's key themes about good media relations, it really is about understanding how the media work. And he advises, that PR people must think like a journalist, like an editor, like a producer. And key is what will interest my readers, listeners and viewers, and to think about their particular audience. Now, for the PR person, for the PR professional, quite obviously you're thinking about your client, but you've also got to develop this skill and this attitude that, to think like a journalist as well. And to be aware of what journalists actually need. Now, as part of this teaching package, 3 editors talk on a podcast about what they need, and you need to listen carefully because some crucial points emerge from that podcast. But generally in the texts, like Roger Hayward's books, journalists need material that is relevant, quite obviously, topical, accurate, fast, comprehensive, substantiated, concise, unbiased, and ideally exclusive, or at least consider each media type with a special angle. And if you develop that kind of relationship, then journalists will respect the PR practitioner. Learn to appreciate then what is news. Well, sometimes it's working to a media agenda. The media have an agenda of which an organisation can contribute, and it's important to be there to contribute to that particular agenda. Now that can be an organisation, it could be a corporation, it could be a charity, it could be a bank, it could be a sports organisation, but it's important to be able to facilitate the media agenda. And apart from that, obviously, our role is then quite often to create news, whether it's the first, the last, the record, the smallest, the largest, the protest, the viewpoint, the ugly, the beautiful. I mean, there are many, many different angles. And I suppose that leads some people to think of the term that media relations is about the creative treatment of actuality. Now, that does not mean lying, but it means creating that crucial angle that the media and all its types think that it is media friendly and newsworthy. Very, very important indeed.